What's up, everybody? Welcome to another late night stream. Let's go ahead and get started. Uh, Tonight, I feel like playing Sonic Gems Collection. I know it's another random game, but I just really feel like it. So, we're gonna play that Sonic R. Really feeling like playing Sonic R. Like messing with the little R in the corner. Let's just go ahead and start a brand new playthrough. Let's go! I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember where everything is, so I'm gonna do my best to find it all. Oop. Oop. Okay, nope. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry for that long pause, guys. I'm back now. Anyways, yeah, there's one right there. I think there's one in here. Ah, yeah, that one right there. Got it. Okay, but I didn't get a single Chaos Emerald. It's so fine. Okay, it's fine. Let's just beat Metal Sonic now. Oops. Dang it. And we just unlocked Metal Sonic. But now we gotta get the Chaos Emerald. Oh, I probably should have picked Metal Sonic. Oh, cool. With everything frozen, you can run across the water now. But as you can see, everything's a bit slippery. Just a bit slippery. Oops. Alright, and we got the first Chaos Emerald. First Chaos Emerald, Metal Sonic. First, I think that's everything you can get in the first level. You set, go! Ah! Okay, so we got a Chaos Armor, but we didn't get all the coins. I think there's 2 Chaos Armors on this level. I'm gonna go ahead and switch characters, I'm trying to get so you guys can see how all the characters kind of function. So there's the other Chaos Emerald. Okay, thank God. I did not know that this was down here or not. That was a complete guess. I had no idea. I have 100% this game at least like 5 times now. Ooh, versus Doll Tails. Oh, Tails doll. Ooh, spooky. Ooh. Phone was going off again. Jump. Okay. I think it's safe to say we got this one in the bag. Is he stuck? It appears so. Yep, and there was another Chaos Emerald. Alright, so I think that's everything we get from that level. This level has a lot in it, but it's like really, really like confusing. So I'm gonna take my time on this one. Okay, there's a Chaos Emerald. Okay, there's that. Cool. Alright. Versus Eggman Robo. Man, this game brings back so many good memories. I got this game back when I was in like elementary school, I think. I can remember coming home and playing Sonic Gems Collection all over and over. Oops. Got a little dicey there for a second. Welcome in. Just playing some Sonic R. Riding the nostalgia train. Some other chaos are so there is another one in there. I'll be yeah, because Amy will make him really hard to get. This big Tails doll. Uh-oh. Oh, we're gonna have to retry that. Because I went too fast. And I went that slow way the first time because I was trying to make sure I didn't miss anything else. I was just like, I had to make sure there was no other like chaos emeralds I was missing or anything. Oh. I might need to switch characters. Tailsnow's a little hard to control, so I might need to switch characters and use him on a different map. Ah. Yeah, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to use someone else. He's too finicky to control with. I just realized this guy can't jump. Hopefully that won't be a problem. Dang it! No, I got second. Oh, I have to get first to get all the. Oh, okay. I thought I could get second and get the cast emerald. Dang. Okay, so that just means we need to pick someone like really good. So we just have to pick Sonic. This is one of those few games where the main character is actually the best character to play as. What I mean by that is like usually the protagonist, like the main character, is like the most like neutral, almost the neutral like character out of everyone, and then there's always just like those few characters just so obviously better than them. Nothing to it with Sonic. Alright, I've got 5 of them. There's only 7, so... We'll try Tails Doll again on this map. This map's a bit easier. I said easier, and it appears I am wrong. Damn it! I'm just gonna I'm just gonna finish the race with him. Maybe I can get one of the Chaos Emeralds or something. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! This is so bad. That was really bad. That was really bad. I'm so sorry, guys. That was really bad. He's so hard to control, bro. Nah! It must be. It's weird to imagine like being a kid in the '90s and like coming home and like to play your Sega Saturn and like you have this game. This game didn't sell very well, so it just makes me wonder like who in the world actually had that experience where like this was like their game. They're just like, yeah, I want to come home after a day of school and play this. I don't know. It's just interesting to think about. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna retire. I'll get a win with Tails Doll and Egg Robo some other time. I need precision. I need speed. We're going with Sonic. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch all the way back up to first though. Oh, okay, I guess I can. Made it! Nice! Nice. It appears I'm still missing a single Chaos Emerald. There are no coins or Chaos Emeralds in the final level. Mm. Let's be Knuckles. No, I haven't been Knuckles either. I'm one ring off. That's annoying. Ah! I do think it's actually really cool that when the weather changes, the physics change and everything. Cause like it's snowing, so all the water is frozen. So now I can run in the water, but everything's also slippery. Like I don't know, it's just really cool. That should be the final Chaos Emerald. Like, I wonder if there's some day one people who, like, they had a Sega Saturn, like, day one, and then they were just like, yeah, I heard there's a new Sonic game coming out for the Sega Saturn, so they're gonna go get it. Like, I wonder what that must have felt like back then. Because gaming was relatively kind of new-ish back then, because the game came out, I believe, like, 96 or 7, like that, something like that. Like a long time ago. And gaming was relatively new back then, so it's kind of like one of those weird things to think about. I was like, I wonder what it must have felt like to be back then. Alright, so I still want to show off everyone else, so let's go ahead and show up Amy. There's a good level show of Amy is here. She's in a little car, so of course the little car works well in the city. Oh, well. One of the things about... I'll show you. Actually, yeah, we'll restart. See, you saw how if I slowed down too much, I just drop into the water. Except for when it's snowing, like it just was. Not only does Amy have this little speed boost if you tap the A button, Amy can drive straight across the water. She's not the fastest, but... Yep, just can drive straight across the water. Oh, you know what else? I'm wondering, just like I wonder if like ever a group of friends kind of like got together and like played this on multiplayer. Like I think about games like what also came out around this time was like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart. Like I wonder like how people kids were like just like, oh yeah, I bet I can beat you in Mario Kart. I do wonder if people were like that with this game. Like at any point where like there's a bet I can beat you in Sonic R, and it's like Sonic R. And it's like, yeah, Sonic R. I would have been that kid. I would have been that kid going around telling you, just like, yeah, I can beat you at Sonic R. I get so... okay, so I'm not really a 90s because I was born in... I was literally born in December of 96, so... I don't really consider myself a 90s kid because, like, I wasn't really sentient for the majority of the 90s. But yeah, I would have been that kid that begged their parents for a Sega Saturn. Alright, so let's get ourselves a win with Tails Doll 2. He's taking all the shortcuts I'm taking. Yeah, I just wonder if there was like any people who like day one they like grabbed this game and they're just like, yeah, this is the game that me and my friends are gonna be playing. For my childhood, a lot of it was Mario Kart Double Dash. Mario Kart Double Dash was really popular around the time I was a kid. And Smash Bros. Melee, that was another one. Those were like the two games that for me when I was a kid that everyone played. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I was wondering, like, if it was anybody like that. Oh, that's really cool that you had that on. That's on PC. Let's do Reactor Factory. But yeah, my childhood was GameCube era, so I was wondering if there was anyone who had like Saturn era. Like I'm good. Also, like you actually, that's a good example too. Like in the PC era, like early '90s PC era, who experienced that? And so I'm glad you said. What was that like? Like was that like the game that you and your friends like always competed on each other? Like for example, like how I said, like me and my friends had like Mario Kart Double Dash and we always competed on that. Did you? You still have the CD for it? That's awesome. That's really cool. But yeah, like what was like? Was it one of those things you played a lot, or like it was like you got, or did you like just get it and like you played like one or two times? Like, did you ever have like friends that played it with you or anything? Like, yeah, well, I just want to like, what was that like? Bro, Supersonic is kicking my ass. He kicked my ass. Like for what? We couldn't really because it was keyboard controls, but like I forgot how exactly. Just remember I was 10 then. That's crazy. That's so crazy, but that's really cool. That's really cool. See, because I got this game. Actually, interesting enough, I think I got this game when I was 10 years old. So I'm actually playing this on my GameCube. I'm actually playing Sonic Gems Collection on my GameCube, and I got this game around the time I was 10 years old. So that's interesting that you got this when you were around 10 years old. Another interesting thing to me too is that like, oh, Supersonic is driving me insane. All right. Oh yeah, lost my train of thought. Sorry. Another thing interesting to me is the like you're just in that right demographic for this game to be targeted towards, and I was just in the right demographic for this game to be targeted towards, because this game came out in like 2004 or 5? 2006. It came out like 2006. Sonic Gems Collection, and I was like 10 or 11 years old when this came out, and I was like obsessed with this game when after my dad bought it for me. I love Sonic Gems Collection. I've played through Sonic Fighters I've beaten Sonic Fighters with every single character in it. I have beaten this game to 100% like 10 times. I literally come home on days after school and just come home and just beat this game in like a single afternoon. I actually did that around the time of COVID, but a little bit before COVID. It was shortly after the Insane Trilogy came out. Because I remember I got a platinum trophy on the Insane Trilogy around this time, and then I went and if I might have gems in this game. I get all nostalgic for this game every single time I play it. But yeah, I think it was around 2018 whenever the Insane Trilogy came out, because I platinumed that game, and I remember around that time I platinumed that one afternoon. I was just chilling on and like on Discord talking to my friends, and I was like while we were just sitting there talking, I beat this game in like 30 minutes. I beat everything in this game in like 30 minutes. And I remember because one of my brothers, or one of my friends I was talking to, he says like, "Dang, you beat that fast." Yeah, and I was just like, "Yeah, I remember this game." I was like, "I'm just gonna be honest, I'm slightly intoxicated, but I think that's the fun part." So, I also love the music here when you're not Supersonic, so I wanted to play. Because the music changes when you're Supersonic. Sonic, stop being a dick! Move! No, me and Supersonic are about to be beefing, because why is he getting on my nerves? Oh no! That bitch! Get back here! No! That little shit! Oh my goodness. But yeah, I highly recommend Sonic Gems Collection. Like I said, I got it the year it came out. I think it was like 2005, 2006 or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, but that was the time around the time I was 10 years old. So whenever this game came, I was around that age. So yeah, I a lot of my friends didn't really play Nintendo games too much. So so we didn't play my GameCube that often. We played Smash Bros. Melee a lot, and like I said, Mario Kart Double Dash, but not really like Sonic Gems Collection or anything like that. We just every once in a while. One of my friends, I can't remember which one of them, but like there's a you can play tag in this game, and me and him used to play it all the time. And I can't remember which friend it was. We used to play that a lot. We also played. I played a lot of Kirby Air Ride. A lot of Kirby Air Ride. One of my older cousins of mine, we used to always want to spend the night at each other's house because he was 3 years older than me. He wasn't too much older than me, and so I would go to his house all the time. We'd play Kirby Air Ride. That was that was another one that. And my one of my good friends from like second grade, who we stayed good friends all the way up to fifth grade, and then we went to different middle schools and lost contact when we got back in contact in high school. During the elementary times, we would play a ton of Kirby Air Ride. Like we'd spend the night at each other's house like almost every single weekend. We'd play a ton of Kirby Air Ride. My family that I call my adoptive family. With them, we played a lot of WarioWare. A lot of WarioWare Incorporated for the GameCube. Played a metric fuck ton of WarioWare. Yeah, you should buy it. You definitely should buy it. But yeah, that was there. It's funny to me to think about that. Like, there's like different groups of friends. We just like had like the game that we always played. Okay, yes, got first. For a large group of my friends, Smash Bros. Brawl. Smash Brothers Brawl was another one that a lot of me and my friends played a lot of. And that is that. We're not done though yet. I gotta show you guys Supersonic, obviously. I love that artwork of him, the way his dreadlocks are flowing, and everything. And while that's going, I'll just talk over it. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy to me how like all my different friend groups had like that one game we all played. Like I said, Smash Bros. Brawl. Because I had one friend group, they hated Smash Bros. Brawl, but another friend group loved Smash Bros. Brawl, and we played it all the time. Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii. Me and my, like I said, my adopted brothers, we we did the like this Grand Prix where like you could go into the settings and like do randomized races and like how many races you want to do, and the maximum you can set it to how many like and how many the maximum you can set out how many races you do is the maximum of like different courses there are. So in one sitting we did every single race on hard 150cc on Mario Kart Wii. I won. I will never forget that. I won that. I think about that a lot. That was that one group friend group's thing. Is the was Mario Kart Wii. But that was the same friend group that hated Smash Bros. Brawl. But I had a lot of friends I played Smash Bros. Brawl with. It's good times. Yeah. Me too. I miss those days too. Especially when I'm intoxicated like I am right now. I would just sit back and reflect on those things. I swear, like, my memory just, like, shoots all the way back to my childhood every time I, have a little fun time. And I just sit back and think about those times. It's crazy. Like, the passage of time to me is one of the wildest things about life in general. Just, like, things happen years ago. Like, I've had things. It's like I'm 26 years old. It's like I had things that happened to me 16 years ago. I had things that happened to me 10 years ago. I had things that happened to me like 4 years ago. It's just weird to think about. And like I can remember a lot of, especially the things that happened 4 years ago. Um, I it's crazy too because I feel like my memories are kind of like segmented off in a different time period. So just like it's like I remember this time period's elementary school, this time period's middle school, this time period's pre-COVID, this time period's post-COVID, and pre versus post-COVID is like one of those very defining things in my and I feel like in everyone's life right now too. And so it's just, I don't even remember seeing this the first time I did this. I always skip the credits, so that's probably why I've never seen it before. But yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like I said, I don't have too many memories of the 90s because I was born in 96, so I don't have too many memories of the 90s. Um, but I do have a few. You know, but my memories really kind of start around the 2000s. Because you know when around the age of 4 or 5 when you start getting sentience. So, like, yeah, my memories really started around the early 2000s, but the early 2000s were great. I miss the early 2000s. Ugh. Like, I miss early 2000s TV shows, early 2000s fashion. I miss the early 2000s. Oh, yeah, we unlocked Eggman. Eggman's kind of not easy to use, so I'm gonna do an easy level to show you guys how Eggman works. I also a very vivid memory I have too of not this one but Sonic Mega Collection. I remember I found out in the extras menu in Sonic Mega Collection there's just the first Sonic comic, like it's just in the collections of Sonic Mega Collection, and I remember like it was like a Sunday morning because we got up and we think we went to church that morning or something. Yeah, my parents used to force me to go to church. Um, and I woke up really early, started reading it, and then I think I had to go to church and then come back and I kept reading it. I had that very fond memory because like I kept getting interrupted that day too. I think church and my mom wanted me to or something. I don't remember. I don't know. I just remember being interrupted a bunch that day. But yeah, I also have Slime Mid Collection, which I'll play here on stream Sunday too. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that's my game right there. I have played through Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I don't even know how many times. That is up there with one of my favorite Sonic games of all time. It used to be my favorite Sonic game of all time, and then I realized how much I played Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which I will be replaying Sonic Adventure 2 Battle again on stream. I love playing that game, and I will be bringing that back to you guys. Yeah, I used to say Sonic 3 and Knuckles is my favorite Sonic game, but I played Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle significantly more, and I was just like, yeah, Sonic Adventure DX. That's my most replayed game, but I think Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is my most played game. So like I have two or three save files on my Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but they both have like two to 300 hours each on them. But my Sonic Adventure DX, I have like I've replayed like 18 times, and each save file has like a playtime of like 3-4 hours. Yeah, Eggman is super slow. Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is my favorite Sonic game of all time. Then we would go be Sonic Adventure DX. Then I was going down a list in my head the other day, and it's like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Sonic Adventure DX, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and then I want to say Sonic Generations after that. I'll let you guys rock out to this banger. I freaking love that song. I freaking love that song. And I'll let this replay. And let's just sit and chat. But yeah. I was a huge Sonic kid. I remember coming home one day after school and yelling at because I was getting beat up on Sonic Fighters. Some days you have a good day on that game, some days you got a bad day on that game. I just realized this is like the only game where when you play Super Sonic, he doesn't lose rings. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I absolutely love this game. I'm very nostalgic for it. This game and Sonic CD, Sonic CD, interesting enough, there's a movie that's attached to Sonic CD called the Sonic OVA. Just the letters Sonic, the letters O, V, and A. Um, it came out in like 1980s, I think, in Japan, and then it came out like 1996 in the United States, something like that. I don't remember. And it's attached to Sonic CD, and I have watched that movie like, I kid you not, like 20 times. In fact, over the course of the pandemic, I learned that people were like streaming on Discord movies they were watching, so like people could like watch around with them, in kind of like a group setting, even though it goes over the internet, so we're social distancing. And so me and one of my brothers did that last night, and we watched the Sonic OVA again last night, and we both got really nostalgic for it because they have the original VHS at their house, because it was a movie we watched a lot in our childhood. It was a movie we watched a lot together, as kids, and I really do love that movie. I've watched it, like I said, like 8 times. It's only an hour long, so it's not like I'm like a really long movie. But yeah, I've watched it over and over. I was on vacation this week. I took a little vacation this week, and I watched that movie 2 times. I watched it the first day of my vacation, which was a week ago. That's wild to think. I started my vacation last Wednesday, and I have to go back to work tomorrow, being Tuesday. And yeah, my first day of my vacation, I did that. I watched Sonic OVA, and then I just watched it again last night with my younger brother, over Discord. My younger brother lives about like 3 hours away from me, so yeah. Sometimes you just gotta do things over the internet because even as much as you want to see that person, you can't go drive 3 hours to go see them in a single day. But yeah, no. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, no, we watched that and watched it those 2 times, and I like both times I enjoyed it. And I was just like, this is like, it's a really feel good movie. It's just a very, very, very good feel good movie, and I highly recommend every Sonic fan go watch it. But yeah, and we now 100% Sonic R. Very, very quick game to 100%. I think they're heavily banking on people like playing with their friends. You know, okay, so one era I wish I grew up in. I wish I was a Dreamcast era kid. I wish I was a Dreamcast era kid because the Sega Dreamcast was just such a cool fucking console. I would have loved to have been a kid in the 90s. Like I would have loved to have been born in like let's see. I would have loved born like around 1988 ish. That way I would have been like around like 96. I would be able to like understand like the PlayStation 1, the Sega Dreamcast. I would have loved to have grown up in that time period to be around this, like the revolutionization of the video game industry, going from 2D games like the Super Nintendo to 3D games to like the N64. That is just, I would have loved to grow up in that time period and see that. I am so jealous of people who got to do that. Yeah, here's some other save files of everything. Yeah, I've beaten this game a lot. Oh, lucky! Oh, you never had a Dreamcast? Oh, I gotcha. Okay, so funny story. I didn't even need, so I pride myself being a video game enthusiast. I know, like, video game history from, like, every single, company. I know, like, but I know pretty much, like, trying to know everything about video game, history. Anyways, but when I was first getting into gaming, I was getting into gaming around, so I was 4 years old when I started playing games. I used to play my brother's Game Boy Color. I was born in '96. bear in mind. So this is when I was 4 years old, and I really started getting to gaming when we got our GameCube. When I got our GameCube, the year came out, which was 2001. We got that Christmas 2001, and I did not know the Sega Dreamcast even existed. Nor did I know that I had a cousin that lived in California, and that we were gonna go visit. And we visited him for like the first time, the first time to my memory. We had visited him beforehand, but I was too young to remember it. But yeah, it was the first time visiting him to my memory. And he had a Sega Dreamcast, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I've never seen this before. It's like a Sega Dreamcast, and then I see like it's like bear in mind I've had my GameCube for a while now, and like I see a Dreamcast, I'm like, this is cool as shit. There's a little screen on the controller, like what? What? I was shook. There was a little screen on the controller. That was the coolest thing in the world to me. And I was just like, I need a Sega Dreamcast now. But I didn't end up getting my first Sega Dreamcast until... I didn't get my first Sega Dreamcast until I was in high school. So around the time of 2015 or 2014, I didn't get my... That's when I got my first Sega Dreamcast, because my oldest brother bought it for me. And it was a copy of Tomb Raider Chronicles, and I remember that so vividly. That's so crazy. Oh my god, that's so crazy. I do like these other games, but like they're not really like... I guess Sonic Fighters can be. But yeah, it's like I didn't grow up with the Dreamcast. I was already like I think like 16 or 17 by the time I got it. But I am jealous of the people who did grow up with the Dreamcast. I am very jealous of. We did have a PlayStation 1 though. We did have a PlayStation 1. But crazy fucking story on our PlayStation fucking 1. So, one day it just stopped working. We don't know why, but we had the PlayStation 2 already, so we didn't care. I used to play the PlayStation 1. My brother used to still play my oldest brother used to play the PlayStation 2. One day it just stopped working. We didn't know why. Didn't know how. And I was right, this game did come out in 2005. Because the original version of this game came out in 96. And the bottom left corner I saw 1996 and 2005. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, but PlayStation 1 just stopped working one day, so we kept it, but like it just stopped working. Well, one day I'm just chatting with my friends. This is back into like 2021. I'm just chatting with my friends, and I mentioned it's just like, yeah, my Dreamcast, my PlayStation 1 just stopped working a long time ago, and we never figured out why. And he's like, oh, bring it to my house. This is like, I have a soldering iron and everything. We figure out what's wrong with it. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So I bring it over to his house, and we, first thing we do is like, let's open it and see if there's anything wrong with it first. And like, we open it, and the first thing I noticed is just like, is this liquid supposed to be on here? And he's just like, no, I don't know what that is. And he's just like, let's go get some isopropyl alcohol and let's clean off the motherboard. There was this like brown liquid fill all the motherboard. So we wiped it down and everything, cleaned it up, put the PS1 back together. The PS1 is now working perfectly fine. We were able to play Gran Turismo on it. That's the crazy thing. I thought that thing was like broken forever. Like I thought it was gone forever. But nope, it just had, when it looked like Coke. And then when you when you looked at the back of the PS1, it looked like someone had spilled some Coke on the back socket. So it literally looked like someone spilled some Coca-Cola on it. Someone probably spilled Coca-Cola on it and didn't want to fess up when it broke. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. It's just like someone probably spilled something on it and they didn't want to confess, so they just left it. Your siblings spilled OJ on your Genesis? Oh my god, I would be pissed. So, the same older brother that I'm gonna go ahead and switch games, but I'll keep talking to you guys while I'm switching games. The same older brother that I was just talking to you about, me and him went halvesies on a Sega Genesis a long time ago. This is back when I was like 11, 12 years old, and I was just going up the money for my allowance. We went halfsies on it. But then my brother sold the Genesis. He sold the Genesis and did not give me my money for it. But a few years later, he did buy me. This is my first Sega Dreamcast. So, I did forgive him for that because he did that. But, yeah. At first, I was a little heated about that. Let's see. What game should we play next? Let's play some Sonic Riders. But yeah, on our Genesis with being halfsies on, he sold it. But he bought me a Dreamcast afterwards, so I forgave him. I did end up buying a new Sega Genesis anyway, so I do have another Genesis. But yeah, I just felt like playing some Sonic Riders. Let's go to story mode. Let's do Team Babylon. This is another game that I used to. I used to get really frustrated because me and my friends used to play Mario Kart all the time, but I was really, really into this game. And Jet the Hawk is my favorite Sonic character. And I was really, really frustrated because none of my friends wanted to get into freaking Sonic Riders, but everyone wanted to always play Mario Kart. Ugh! It used to make me so angry. Yeah, I bought a Genesis too. I bought a Genesis. Crazy enough, I bought a Genesis about two or 3 years ago. Actually, 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was. I bought it in 2021. Because I remember I had gone back to work already when I decided to buy it. But it was after COVID when I bought it. But my Sega Saturn I think was $400. And then last year I bought a Genesis, and my Genesis was like $60. You know, I don't even have any games for my Saturn, so I can't even test if it works. But I also need to test to see if my Genesis works as well. I do have games to test if the Genesis works, but yeah. The thing about the Saturn though is also the Saturn's games are really expensive. I was trying to find a copy of Nights into Dreams. Nights into Dreams is like stupid expensive. It was like the same cost as what I paid the Saturn for. And I also need to buy a new Saturn controller for it too. I have no idea where speed types are supposed to go in that area right there. Yeah, it's extremely rare. I also games. Yeah, like the games in general are hard to find on it too. Because a lot of them are like region locked games, but you can buy an action replay for it, so you can make them games not region locked. Yeah, You're so lucky you grew up in that time period. Oh, something I have to play on stream someday is Twisted Metal 3. I get very nostalgic for that game. I know everyone usually hates Twisted Metal 3, but I love that one because it's the one I played the most as a kid. I just wish I had a Saturn and a Dreamcast. Let's get most of the modern. Oops. Alright. I just wish I had a Saturn and a Dreamcast. Skip most of modern Sonic games up until 3 years ago because of it. Yeah. Oh, so interesting enough. That is one of the reasons I really got into Sonic. There's two reasons I got into Sonic. So, the one of the reasons is when I was in daycare when I was about 4 years old. My parents had put me in daycare that would take care of like younger kids like myself and older kids like my brother who was 4 years older than me. So my brother was 8. And it took place at the lady's house. She was a teacher for the children for who were 4 years old, and then she was the 8 years old. She was kind of just a caretaker for you. I remember when I was 4 years old, I woke up and I woke up earlier than everyone else in the playroom because that's where the 4-year-olds were. We fell asleep in the playroom, and I woke up and went across the hallway and saw my brother and some older kids playing Sega Genesis, and they were playing Sonic 3. I remember they were playing Sonic 3. And I just loved sitting there watching them play that game. That was my first introduction to video games, actually. To my memory, that was my first introduction to video games. That's why Sonic always will have a large place in my heart when it comes to gaming, because I love gaming and love Sonic the Hedgehog. And then my second introduction to really really getting to Sonic. With Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast, and when I was with that cousin I mentioned, he had a copy of Sonic Adventure 2, and it was the first time I had beaten a level of any kind of video game by myself, was City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2, and that solidified the moment that I really got into gaming. I remember what the room looked like. I remember where we were. We were in California. It's I remember everything so vividly. Interesting enough, too, I found out a while back that another thing so we ended up finding out that Sonic Adventure 2, the one he had on Dreamcast, the one I finished City Escape on, we ended up finding out because I saw I recognized the cover. I didn't really recognize the words, but I recognized the cover. that Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure, To Battle was on GameCube, and we ended up getting it for GameCube, because this is around, like, 2003-ish? So the GameCube version already came out. And so I ended up finding on GameCube and absolutely falling in love with that game, and playing the whole thing with my older brother. When we got our GameCube, we got this after another cousin of ours. He had gotten the GameCube, and like we had played at his house, and so me and my brother begged my parents for the GameCube after our other cousin got it. Yeah, it was good times. It was good times. Yeah. So it is because Sonic the Hedgehog that I am really into gaming the way I am now. All because of the Sega Genesis and the GameCube and the Sega Dreamcast. Someone actually slowed down what she says, and it's just random bits of dialogue from her Japanese voice actress. I love Jet the Hawk so much. Even bother.
Unless I take charge, nothing ever gets done here.
You know, I was also a huge PS2 kid, though. I'll be honest. Because the PS2 just had so many fucking games on it. I can't remember what happened. But, yeah, I jumped up way too early. I don't remember what happened. Well, crap. One game I was renting, from, this place called Hollywood Video. It was another renting store like Blockbuster was. One of the games I guess it didn't work or something, so we went back, and they didn't have any more copies, so that I just could have picked another game from the same console. So I picked Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, and that because I just thought the character on the front looked cool. Hint, hint. I should have known I was a furry. Anyways, when I picked it up, I thought the character looked cool, and I immediately fell in love with Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. I love that game. But yeah, that's it. And then I found out. I think I found out about Ratchet Deadlock afterwards because one of my friends had it. And then I found out about Going Commando after that. So I found out. So I played Ratchet and Clank Deadlock first, and then I played Going Commando, even though Going Commando came out first. Dang it! But yeah, good times, good times. Damn it, Storm.
Take a look at this, boss.
Yes. Is this? What is it?
It's an entry in the diary. It's about the Babylon treasure from our ancient ancestors.
Another game I get super nostalgic for is on Sonic Mega Collection, Sonic 3D Blast. Every time I get intoxicated, I have the urge to play Sonic 3D Blast. But it's like, I don't actually want to play Sonic 3D Blast. It's like, I want to just look at it and like have someone play it for me. So I always end up watching videos about it. And I don't know, like, that game is just like, so aesthetic for me, I guess. I remember, I would come home and I'd play it like and get to like a certain level and then just like turn the game off every single time. I wouldn't even try them much harder to get past that like one part. And then years later, I found out that oh yeah, there's a version of it on the Sega Saturn, and I kind of want it on the Sega Saturn, but it's expensive. But the version of the Sega Saturn has some really good. It has a different soundtrack, some better visuals. And I remember one Christmas, I just kept rewatching this one guy play through the entire thing over and over and over. Like when I still remember a cheat code for 3D Blast. Oh, nice. So one thing, every Christmas when I was a kid, one thing I would do is I swear it happened every single Christmas when I was a kid. There'd be one game I would just like obsess over for the entirety of Christmas break. Like where I live, we get 2 weeks off for Christmas break. All right, and so I would always obsess over like one specific game like every Christmas break, and like I just watch like every video about it, every look up every like guide you can find about it, like look up every forum about the game. And one year it was Nights into Dreams. One year it was Sonic 3D Blast, specifically the Sega Saturn version. Oh, got the level selection, nice. But yeah, one of them was one of them that was the Sega Saturn version of Sonic 3D Blast. One of them was Nights into Dreams. One time it was this one game called Klonoa Heroes. They only had the Japanese version too, so I couldn't even no one had made an English patch for it yet, so I couldn't even like really read it. I just watched people play the game and just had to guess what was going on in the story. I totally pressed that, whatever. He knocked all my rings out of me. What the hell? But yeah, I got really obsessed with Klonoa Heroes for a minute. And then one year was the Namco Cross series. Like, so Namco Cross Capcom, Project Cross Zone, all those games. I was super obsessed with those for a while. I'm gonna restart. I did not mean to turn that hard. Yeah, Sonic 3 Blast was the throwback, and I had. That's another game I actually watched. The older kids when I watched, I told you I would walk into the other room and watch them play Sega Genesis and Sega Saturn. That's another game that I watched them play was Sonic 3 Blast on the Genesis. My brother, you want to know a funny part of gaming history? There's one segment in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. There's one segment that it is infamous because no one knew how to get past it, and it was like a very infamous thing. You get to Carnival Night Zone and no one knew how to just bob up and down on this little like bumper thing. I still remember she goes to get a little. I had to go. I have to get going. Have a good night. Nice chatting with you. It was nice chatting with you too. Thank you so much for chatting with me. But please feel free to drop by any time. Thank you so much for coming in. But yeah, I remember I used to wow, when I walked in there, I remember them playing Sonic 3D Blast. On the Genesis. That was another game that I saw them playing, was Sonic 3D Blast. But oh yeah, I lost my train of thought on my story. Yeah, essentially, so it was this big infamous thing. There's like a bumper, there's like a little bumper thing that bobs up and down. But the game never gives you any kind of instruction on what you need to do, so no one knew how to get past it for years. But it turns out what you were supposed to do was just, go up and down with the on the controller as you're going up and down on it. It's crazy. Ah, messed up. Yeah, the barrels. Yep, my brother and his friends got. My brother actually, we were talking about it. Sometime last year, I think it was last Thanksgiving. Me and my brother kind of had a drink and just chit chatted for a while. And he talked about that. With Sonic 3, he said that Carnival Night Zone was really fucking hard. And I just think that's one of the funniest pieces of gaming history that I can think of. That my brother was a part of it, but that's like the funniest part for me. A bad piece of game history that I'm a part of is me and my brother got the Xbox 360 during the Red Ring of Death era, where like the Xbox 360s were getting the red ring and then not being able to work. Our Xbox 360 was one of those ones that did. And ours was like really iffy on it. It would just sometimes have it, and then sometimes it wouldn't. Don't know why. Still don't know why this day it just does that. But I ended up just buying another Xbox 360. But yeah, that's a bad part of gaming history that I was a part of. You know, that was back in the days before like the internet, so people couldn't just be like you couldn't just Google it. A funny story from me and my friends who were born before 1996 and before. We are older than Google. Google came out in 1998. So, to all my friends who were with me who were born in 96, 97, 98, a lot of us are older than Google. So yeah, if you didn't know something, there was no just Google it back in the day. Which, I can't think of a time before not being able to just Google something. Now, it's interesting I say that though, but there's, I don't remember a time that when Google didn't exist, because it came in 98 and I was born in 96, so of course I don't remember, like, 2 years after I was born. That is interesting to me, but at the same time, I hope I didn't just screw myself over with that. Oh, I did not. Alright, cool. But yeah, so I wasn't, like I said, I don't remember the time though when the internet wasn't around, but I do remember a time when like information wasn't as like abundant as it is currently. I have been, there was, this is a great example. There was a game called Magical Truck Adventure. I found it at the Chuck E. Cheese here in the city I live in. What I didn't know back then is Chuck E. Cheese imports all their games from other countries, so to draw people into Chuck E. Cheese. So I never knew the name of the game because I couldn't remember because I was last time I saw it I was so young. I tried for one day when I was younger. I think I was around the age of 12 years old. I tried to like look up and down and see if I can find this game. Like I just typed in what this game was like. I could not find it. I looked for the entire day. Could not find it. However, when I looked again one day, but sometime in I think 2017. Actually, no, it was like I was still in high school, so like 2015. Something around 2015-ish time period. So and I'd be like around 16, 17. So like four or 5 years afterwards, after Google's advancing. I typed in one day like the description of this game was just like I was like arcade game where you're on a pump trolley. Magical Truck Adventure came up immediately, and that's just because Google was more used now, so there's more people on the internet. There was just more ways that people could figure things out. So that was a thing that someone figured out was that name of that game. And the reason why I brought up that Chuck E. Cheese imports their games, like that was a Japanese only game, so that's why I never saw it in any other arcade. Also, there's no other really any arcades where I live, but that part 2. But yeah. I just noticed she played Storm one time in the Battle Rogue Storm mode. Just once. There we go. But yeah, good times. Good times.
I lost. So don't play games with me. I don't want your pity. Neither do I need it. Are you crazy? If they don't want it, then let's take it. Treasure is treasure. Come on, let's get out of here. Okay, let's go.
Gaming truly has evolved over these years, and it's so great to be able to experience it sometimes. I didn't get to experience like the what I truly really wish I could have experienced is like the was the shifting from 2D games to 3D games, like going like the Super Nintendo to the N64. And I honestly really just truly wish I could have been there to experience that. I did get to see like the change from like the GameCube to like the Wii and like the PS2 to PS3. And like I saw, those are like graphical improvements, and this is like slow graphical improvements. The PS3 to PS4 was a huge graphical improvement, I'd say. But but it's like it wasn't like as big as 2D graphics to 3D. But either way,
Whoa, what's this?
I was actually worried I wasn't going to be able to beat that one. I sometimes struggle with that one.
Too awestruck by the treasure to notice me yet?
Edgar.
Now hand over the treasure. What's the point? Hand over the treasure right now.
Okay, thanks.
The treasure of Babylon is finally mine. Huh? What is this thing? A piece of cloth? Let's see. This looks interesting. At long last, we've completed our ultimate invention. With this, our lives will be easier, without the need to work so hard to keep ourselves smiling. Stolen, the 13th leader of the Babylon Road. It's amazing. The carpet's rich texture is a sight to behold, and the way it feels is extraordinary. Something such as this could only have been created in Babylon. Undoubtedly, this carpet will be in high demand from all around the world. But what's this? No way. I went to the trouble of holding the World Grand Prix for this? I can't believe I just wasted my time for this piece of junk.
What's this? Good eye. Didn't think you'd spot it for a second, Jordan, but you did.
Hey, what are you talking about?
This isn't just a piece of fabric. Why, take a look at the material. It's the same stuff we use for our extreme here.
You don't say.
I don't know how that's possible when that's cloth, then we use metal, but whatever.
Oh, it's
Not sure, but maybe it's a prototype here.
magic carpet. I thought that those only existed in pictures.
That's quite funny, actually. I never imagined that we Babylonians could be descendants of real kings.
So, you're leaving this place?
Yeah, the back of the carpet had more work than wisdom. Instead, this was invented to allow Babylonians to travel all over the world to gather treasure. Something never changed, huh? But enough of this friendly dancing, Sonic. You better make sure you're ready when we meet face to face once again.
You bet.
Come on, then, it's time to split. We should split too, right?
Yes.
Can GameCube era was so iconic. And before we log off for the night, there's one more race I want to do. It's my favorite race in the game. I'm gonna use my favorite character of all time. What board should I use? I want to use a board specifically. Let's use the faster. freaking love this level. Best level in the game. Oh! This game, this area also gives me that same nostalgic feeling that Sonic Adventure DX gives me. I remember the same cousin that I played Sonic Adventure 2 with. He also had Sonic Adventure, the original one. And that's how I got into Sonic Adventure DX. I thought it was so cool when I found out that secret was back there. Dang it. Woo! Let's run that back one more time. Run that replay back. While I get all nostalgic for this game. But yeah, I used to play this game a lot along with Sonic Adventure DX. And this level specifically gives me the same nostalgic vibe that Sonic Adventure DX gives me. Just that nice blue sky. Just all these vibrant colors. It's so early 2000s, late 90s, and I love it. Like, I know Sega hasn't made the best business decisions of all time, but like you can tell they actually put some love into their work when they want to, and like this level right here is just a huge dedication to like everything they've done because it's Billy Hatcher. Billy Hatcher hadn't even been out for that long. That game came out like it had been out for like it had been out for about 5 years. I forgot this game came out like around 2006. Billy Hatcher came out it was like 2002, so it's been out for about 4 maybe 5 years. But yeah, there's the level of Nights and Dreams, Monkey Ball. Monkey Ball came out like 2003. This game came out like 2005. But it's just like you can tell they put so much love into these games, and like I love hearing developer stories like about certain games. I love hearing like the developer stories for like Majora's Mask, for example, Smash Bros. Like I just love how like those things, and it's crazy to me too because those people. Like their legacy will forever cemented in the games they made. Like the people who worked on Melee, their legacy will always be preserved because the Melee is just so popular. Melee came out in 2001 and it's still the most popular Smash Bros. Game in my opinion. Honestly, numbers wise, I still feel like it's still the most popular Smash Bros. The people who worked on Sonic Adventure are going to be forever, like, immortalized as the people who brought Sonic into the 3D, like, the full 3D world. And that's crazy. That is crazy to think about. The people I also, envy are the people who, who worked on, like, GTA, for example. Like, that's, like, the most mind-blowing thing. It was, like, people actually worked on GTA 5. And, like, the game has gone down in history as one of the best games of all time. And it's one of the longest-lasting games, too. Like, that game is still relevant 10 years later. Like, they're still releasing content for it. It's just, it's so crazy. to me. Like there are people who worked on that, like who went through that in their life, and it's just I don't know. It's wild. It's really wild for me to think about stuff like that. Yep. Alright, guys. Thank you for coming down this trip down memory lane with me. I appreciate all of you who joined in. Thank you so much, Shadow, for coming and chatting with me. I really appreciate it. And thank you, everyone else, for tuning in. As I promised, I will keep bringing more streaming content to you guys as much as I possibly can. Because I love streaming you guys. It's so fun. So, until next time, which will hopefully be later today, maybe? Later today, maybe tomorrow? Definitely tomorrow. Tomorrow being Wednesday. I definitely will tomorrow, but yeah. Maybe. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I'll see you guys next time, alright? Alright, bye-bye.